What if I told you that locked inside your head is a supercomputer so powerful it might actually be able to predict the future? And what if science just hasn't figured out how to prove it yet? We think we know so much about the 3-pound universe between our ears, but the truth is, we're just getting started. For every scientific breakthrough, there's a dozen more mysteries. How do we store a lifetime of memories in something the size of a grapefruit? Why do we dream? And what about that gut feeling, that little voice of intuition that tells you something is about to happen? Are we truly using our brain's full potential, or are we just scratching the surface of what's possible? Prepare to have your mind blown, because today we're diving into the hidden powers of the human brain that science still can't explain. You've probably heard the myth that we only use 10% of our brains. It's a cool idea, right? Like the other 90% is just waiting to be unlocked, turning us into super geniuses. Well, sorry to burst that bubble, but it's completely false. Brain scans show that we use virtually every part of our brain, even when we're sleeping. But here's the twist. Just because we use it all doesn't mean we understand its full capacity. Think about it. The 10% myth isn't about unused space. It's about untapped potential. And that's where things get really weird and wonderful. We've all seen stories of savants, individuals with extraordinary abilities, people who can memorize thousands of books or calculate massive numbers in their head faster than a computer. These aren't superpowers. They're extreme examples of what the human brain is capable of when wired differently. Scientists study these unique minds, trying to find the source code for their genius. But what if that code exists in all of us, just waiting for the right key? This leads us to an even more controversial topic, intuition, or as some might dare to call it, a hint of telepathy. Experiments in the 1970s, known as the Ganzfeld experiments, tried to test this. They placed one person in a sensory-deprived state while another person in a separate room tried to send them mental images. The results? Statistically significant enough to make even the most skeptical scientists raise an eyebrow. While it's not definitive proof, it begs the question, are our brains communicating in ways we don't yet understand? If your brain just got a little workout thinking about that, do me a favor and smash that like button. It tells the YouTube algorithm that we're asking the important questions here. So, if savants have these incredible skills, and our intuition might be more than just a guess, can we train our own brains to be better? The answer is a resounding yes, and it's all thanks to a mind-bending concept called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is your brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. It's like being able to rewire your own internal hardware. Every time you learn a new skill, whether it's a language, an instrument, or even just a new route to work, you are physically changing the structure of your brain. London taxi drivers, for example, have a measurably larger hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for spatial memory, than the average person. They literally grew that part of their brain just by memorizing thousands of streets. This isn't just about memory. People who meditate regularly show increased gray matter in areas associated with focus and emotional regulation. This proves that our thoughts, our focus, and our intentions can physically reshape the very organ that produces them. But if your thoughts can shape your brain, what else could they control? Drop a comment below with what you'd do if you could unlock your brain's full power. I'm genuinely curious. And make sure to keep watching, because what we're about to explore next goes even deeper. Let's talk about that gut feeling. You know the one. That sudden, unexplainable certainty you feel in the pit of your stomach telling you to take a job, or to avoid a certain street at night. For centuries, this was dismissed as just emotion or anxiety. But modern science has uncovered something astonishing. Your gut is lined with over 100 million nerve cells. That's more than you'll find in your spinal cord. This network is so extensive that scientists now call it the second brain or the enteric nervous system. This second brain doesn't think in words, but it communicates with your primary brain through the vagus nerve, sending a constant stream of information. It influences your mood, your decisions, and your health in profound ways. When you have a gut feeling, it's not just a feeling. It's your second brain processing information from your environment, subtle cues you didn't consciously notice, and sending an urgent signal to your head. It's a primal, lightning-fast survival mechanism. So next time you feel that pull in your stomach, don't ignore it. It might be your body's ancient wisdom trying to tell you something important. It's incredible to think we have a whole other intelligence center inside of us, isn't it? Make sure you're subscribed because we have so many more fascinating topics like this coming up, and you won't want to miss them. Your brain will thank you later. Now, we've talked about what the brain can do now, but what about the future? We are building incredible artificial intelligence, machines that can learn, reason, and even create. The goal for many is to create an AI that can replicate, and maybe even surpass, the human mind. But can it? Can an algorithm of ones and zeros ever truly understand the messy, beautiful, chaotic experience of being human? An AI can process data, but can it feel joy? It can compose music, but can it be moved to tears by a symphony? It can recognize patterns, but can it experience a gut feeling or the spark of a creative idea that comes from nowhere? The human mind is not just a logic processor. It's a symphony of emotions, memories, hormones, and embodied experiences. Our intelligence isn't just in our neurons, it's in our hearts, our gut, our entire bodies. To truly understand the human mind, an AI wouldn't just need to think like us, it would need to feel like us. And that might be a barrier that code can never cross. And this part will shock you. After all of this, after all the studies on neuroplasticity, savants, and our second brain, we arrive at the biggest mystery of all, the one that keeps neuroscientists up at night, consciousness itself. What is it? Where does it come from? We know that, we are self-aware, that we have this inner movie playing in our heads, but we have no idea how or why. Here's the most mind-bending truth. Neuroscientists admit we might never fully understand consciousness, because the brain studying the brain is like a mirror trying to see its own reflection. It's an instrument trying to measure itself. The very tool we use for observation is the phenomenon we are trying to observe. It's the ultimate paradox. We are trapped inside the very mystery we want to solve. We can map every neuron, track every signal, but the subjective experience of being you might forever remain beyond the reach of science. So, where does that leave us? It leaves us in a state of awe. It reminds us that for all our technological advancement, the greatest marvel of the known universe is already here, inside each and every one of us. Maybe our greatest invention won't be AI. Maybe our greatest technology is, and always has been, the human brain itself. If this video made you think a little differently today, subscribe and join our community of curious minds. Let's explore more of these incredible mysteries together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.